With the recent introduction of Vice and Octavia... Wait a minute, that's the wrong Octavia. I thought it would be funny to make a tier list in this early stage of OmegaStrikers. To celebrate, I've thrown on the face cam, so now we'll not just be judged for my opinion, but also my face. This is an awful idea. Why am I doing this? Let me reiterate, this is my opinion. I am by no means a high-ranked player. So before I get yelled at for putting your favorite character a tier below what you think they should be, let's instead discuss it in the comments. I'll try to reply to every comment, or add me on Twitter with your own tier lists. I think that would be dope. Let's start off with Juliet. She has strong knockout potential, really good at pressuring goalies, especially with the combo of a secondary and a primary. I see a lot of people attack with Juliet from the corners, especially using that dash punch combo. You'll either win and knock it into the goal, get a knockout on the keeper, or at the very least get it into an unfavorable position for the enemy team. A tier. Next up is Kai, and up is exactly where he's gonna go. Kai's not really a flashy character, which is why I never understood his worth. Sometimes I'll think Kai's not doing anything, and then he'll get an MVP, and then he'll have like 200 saves. His secondary gives him good mobility. He's got a pretty good ult. But I think in reality, his true strength is his right click. Where most characters usually have like 1 or 2 hits, Kai just has these little 4 fire blasts that'll just blue ball the hell out of you. So I think he's really, really good. I'll put him in S tier, which I conveniently named Subscribe, which you should totally do, since I'm trying to reach 1 bajillion subscribers this year. So please consider helping me grow the channel so we can get that tiny bit closer. Thank you. Alright, time to talk about everyone's favorite hamster, Dubu. I love Dubu, the very first character that I tried maining. I think despite him being a powerhouse and specializing in denying an area, I feel like he gets outclassed by a lot of the other characters. At first I was going to put him all the way at the bottom, but he's recently gotten some buffs, and I think that helps him out just a little bit, which improved his secondary's mobility, which was one of his bigger weaknesses. A solid C tier pick. This does not mean the character's bad, kind of like in other games. Like one-tricks can be like absolute gods at characters that would normally be considered bad. An example of that is like Doomfist from Overwatch 2. If you play Doomfist like throughout the majority of Overwatch ranks, you're gonna be running it down. You're a sprinting dude. Like, he is normally extremely useless. But then you jump into top 500 where you have like one-tricks that are borderline crazy at the game. And those Doomfist one-tricks have found a way to be a terror in their games. And you could do the same with pretty much anyone. Some might just take a little more effort than others. So even though I'm putting him in C tier, I still love Dubu. My goat! Estelle is really good. She reminds me of a more range and mobile version of Juliet, where Juliet is more of a close range who likes to go for the knockouts. Estelle is more good at like denying clears, sneaking in for a dash for an open goal. Originally, I had her placed in S tier, but since I feel like she's on par with someone like Juliet, I think she deserves an A tier. I think she's fine in A. Ooh, Atlas. I think Atlas might be the best pure goalie in the game. With Kai, you can kind of work with him around the whole field, both as forward and goalie. Atlas is a goalie at heart. I think he can do most of what Dubu can, while having that extra utility. Where Dubu is about locking down an area, Atlas uses his abilities to deny space with both his primary and secondary. And then if you add your ultimate on top of that, just really, really good against hyper-aggressive teams. So your ultimate can really save your teammates in sticky situations. Unless you're me. I just kind of throw it out there and just hope for the best, but for the people who really know how to use it, really good. It's really good. I'm gonna slot him next to Kai, which means subscribe. Here we go. So the last video I compared Juno to Heimerdinger, Symmetra, Torbjorn as a joke, and how her utility, like these other characters, is like having that extra player. Now, some people commented that I was being a Juno hater, which wasn't at all the intent, for the record. Like, I love Juno. The video was meant to be more of a review, where I would make like goofy and sarcastic comparisons to other characters from other games. So people who didn't know anything about OmegaStrikers would have something to understand or be like, oh, hey, I know this character. That sounds interesting. I think Juno's a good character. She got a bit of a nerf to her ultimate, but I think she's still fine. I'll slot her in the B tier, but I think the lower rank you are, the higher she'll be on the list. I think that goes for most characters on here, but especially Juno, since a random blob can definitely catch someone off guard. So just for good measure, I like Juno. I'm not a Juno hater, and I think she is currently one of the most balanced characters. Drakara kind of falls in the middle for me. I think he's just pretty good. He's not a highly offensive character. I think Drakara's like right next to Juno. Drakara's like an all-rounder. I don't think he's sensational at anything, but he also doesn't have any like glaring weaknesses. Or well, I'm sure he does, but I hope you kind of get my point. And although I want to put him higher because he's my boy, I think B tier is where he belongs. Oh boy. The boy. The Rune. Rune is one of the coolest characters. I think he has one of the most interesting designs. And although he has one of the most flashiest playstyles, I also think that might be his downfall. I think what lets him down is his inconsistency. Playing around frustrating cooldowns, where characters like Estelle and so on can like teleport at will exactly where they want to. Rune kind of needs to work around where his secondary ability is already placed. And of course you can replace it and it will get replaced. It's more so that other characters can do it at will exactly whenever they want. Rune kind of needs to work around that. I'll probably put him in C. I love Rune though. Rune's great. Oh boy, this one's gonna be controversial. X. He gonna give it to you. I think 1 or 2 patches ago he was arguably the best character in the entire game. Definitely a banner pick. I think although I'm not placing them in order, I would like to add that although I'm putting him in A tier, I want to put him in low A tier. I was even contemplating putting him in B, not because he's a bad character, but for the opposite reason. He's been banned so much that I think a lot of X players have given up on playing him, meaning then aside from the one tricks, not many are gonna pick him as a comfortable pick. People have gotten so used to him being banned that no one really picks him anyway. And because no one's really playing him, no one's gonna be consistent with him, if that makes sense. So I think putting him in A is fair. He can shift both up and down. He could be S, he could be B. Ooh-wee! Error, error, error!
Get your every eye in the house, boy.
Here comes another controversial opinion. This was a bit of a toss-up for me. She could be A, she could be S. I've decided to go for the most safe pick and put her in A because I feel like on her own, she might be able to be bullied. I feel like in some matchups, you kind of need to rely on your teammate. So if your teammate isn't doing anything, or you can't help your teammate do anything, then you're kind of like wasting era, if that makes sense. I feel like the things that make her S tier is also the reason that she's in A. Her primary is a super good ability, and her ultimate, it's pretty good. I feel like the time she's S tier is because she has a teammate to work with. You can speed yourself, but you can also have 2 people who have speed. You can shrink the enemy, but you can also have a teammate follow up and knock them out. See where I'm going with this? I know that kind of goes against rating the character, because it kind of sounds like I'm rating other people instead. But that's why I'm saying she could easily be S. But on her own, I want to put her A. And here comes the moment I've been dreading. I climbed from rookie to low gold nearly exclusively with Luna. I think she's the worst character in the game. She's so fun, and you can do some crazy things with her. But I think once everyone starts to understand like how the game works and how to play around the different characters, Luna just doesn't hit as hard. Her mobility is really good, but there are characters who just do it better. And her ultimate deals a lot of damage, but with the press of a Q button, you've just wasted a 30-second cooldown for nothing. I hate to do this, but I think she's D tier. I really hope they do something to her. That said, she feels like a character that can easily snowball, so hopefully they don't do like a massive numbers thing, but maybe like make her ult hit faster or something. I don't know. Not necessarily bumping the numbers, but making what she does happen faster. Like a speed increase. And now we get to Amy. S, get it over with. She's strong, she's good, she's got everything. She's got an insane dash, damage, redirectional potential. Also, I don't want to anger the simps. I want to preserve my career, man. But seriously, she is really good at the moment. Right now, we have a reverse era moment with Ashura. She's been nerfed recently, so my thought process was just putting her in A. I put her in S. Hear me out. She's still really good. Minimum A tier. But the thing is, you can get stuck in her ult at the moment. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's really fucking annoying. And it's gonna tilt people. And tilting an enemy team is like the most busted ability. Because people are gonna play worse, so I'm gonna put her in S. That's it. The thing that Ashura has going for her is she has these 2 massive things standing in your way. Her primary and ult, you pervert. What do you mean I edited that in? Don't look at me. You thought the same thing. Zentaro is a confusing one. I'm just gonna put it out there. I had him placed at C together with Rune, but with the addition of the 2 new characters, I feel like Zentaro works really well together with Vice. Because if Vice doesn't knock them out, she's gonna make them really low, and that's gonna be prime time for Zentaro to clean up. Again, he's probably the primary example when I wanted to talk about Doomfist, because I feel like Zentaro is either gonna int or completely tell you new asshole. I don't know, man. Like, the guy... But for now, I'm gonna place him in B. Speaking of which, Rasmus. Rasmus is more of a consistent playstyle, but his inconsistency stems from maps. I don't think I need to mention Amai's map. We don't talk about Amai's map. I think Rasmus is still going to be good on most maps. I think he's really good on Oni's and, of course, Amai's map. So if he's on Amai's map, he's S tier. He's ban or pick. But I think on most maps, I would consider him a solid B tier. Now for the main event. Let's start off with Octavia. Octavia kind of bounced around with me. I thought she was going to be A, then I played her on release, thought she was going to get S. Then both her and Vice got hot patched day one. Now I want to say she's A. She's kind of like a glass cannon. She's gonna do a lot of damage. She's gonna move around, be super fast. But she's also a lot squishier. I don't know why I couldn't say squishier. It took me like... This is like recording number 27. So as hard as she can get hit, she's also going to hit just as hard. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Hold on, let me make a note here. Vice is a problem. God help us all. Her primary is good. Her secondary is also extremely versatile, which is good. But if you combo the secondary with her ultimate... Her ultimate is the dumbest ability. They need to nerf everything about that thing. The range, the numbers, and when you put eject button, you add all three into once. Yeah, Vice is a problem. I don't think they need to nerf everything by a lot, but I think there's still a lot that needs to be changed. Hopefully more tweaks coming to her soon, but for now, that's plus. Right? If you guys would like to see more OmegaStrikers content or other tier list videos, let me know in the comments what type of video/game I should post more of in the future. Also, check out the second channel. I post laid-back content there, so if you need some more casual playthrough stuff or stream highlights, that's what you'll be catching there moving forward. And again, tweet me your tier lists on Twitter. I'll talk about what you'd change in the comments. No arguing, because I'm only here for entertainment purposes. I'm not here to shit on people's characters or playstyles. Alright? Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Tell someone that you love them, because we're only here for a limited time. And until next time I post, peace.